Hello again, guys. Today I'll be doing a review and a guide on the Servonaut SMT sound module. I presume SMT should stand for Sound Module Truck or Truck Sound Module, something like that. The module itself is made by Servonaut in Germany. It's one of the 4 I've tested out, and I must say I'm quite impressed with it. I was a little bit hesitant in purchasing this model, primarily because it only came with German instructions. Now, I do understand a little bit of German, but not enough to consider myself fluent enough to read a German document. So I was kind of hesitant in getting this module because I have experienced before electronic gadgets where you need a very little detail and you just cannot sort it out because all information is in a foreign language. Well, I took the dive, and it's actually quite straightforward. So to those of you that are hesitant and want a decently priced sound module for trucks, this is a good one, and I think you should just go for it. Now, a little bit of details about the sound module. The sound module has 3 jumpers, these 3 jumpers. The 3 jumpers go in there. It allows you to choose an American truck sound, a European truck sound, or 2 types of horn options, or in case you're using the Servonaut ESC, in this case I'm just using a cheap Chinese ESC, so you take that jumper out. So according to my setup, I want the Euro truck sound, so I pull the jumper out. I want horn option number 1, so I pulled the jumper out, and I'm not using the Servonaut ESC, I'm using others, so I took the jumper out. So remember to configure your setup there. Now, the unit itself can be powered between 7.2 to 12 volts, so a 2S or a 3S LiPo will be fine. Alternatively, you can use a nickel cadmium battery like I'm using here. This is just a test setup. Eventually I'm going to power it from my main battery in the truck, so I'll just solder this wire there to the ESC feed wire, but this is just a test setup like I said. Now, a little detail about the speaker. When you get your speaker, you can buy them on eBay. This is a waterproof one I got on eBay. You can buy them on eBay. You can use them from old radios. You can buy them at your local electronics shop. However you get your speakers, make sure you build a little box, a resonance box. Otherwise the bass production is going to be terrible. To get the real resonance, bass resonance and truck sound effects, you must make a little speaker box. Now I made mine out of a little old leather chuck box, so it works pretty fine. Like I said, a temporary setup. I'm using the Hobby King transmitter. Now I'll go to the wires on this unit one after the other. Like I pointed out, this red and black wire goes to your battery that powers the Servonaut unit. Then you have 2 yellow wires. These 2 yellow wires go to your speaker, irrespective of how you arrange them. There's no effect. I have actually checked. Next, you have this wire that goes to a little pot meter. Now this pot regulates the volume of your loudspeaker depending on how high you want it. Then the next wire there is your horn and start sound. Now what you do is you put it on any channel in your receiver that you want to use for your startup effect. I've chosen, in my case here, I've chosen channel 5, and the reason I chose channel 5 is because channel 5 allows me to use a knob. Now a rotational knob can simulate, the starting effect of a truck, as if you're turning the keys. I think it's quite cool, and that's what I'm using. A 3-position switch will also work, I assume. I haven't tried it yet, but I guess it should work because all you need is 3 positions. One position is the starting sound, the middle position is neutral, and the next position is the horn. So I've used this knob. I will demonstrate it later. Now back to the wires. The last wire was what got me confused. I wasn't sure where it goes, but you will actually need a Y cable, a Y connector cable, and this is not included in the set. Luckily for me, I had one lying around. So this Y cable takes the last wire from the Servonaut sound module, and that goes into the channel that you want to use as your throttle, your gas effect for your truck. The other part of the Y cable goes into connects with your ESC signal wire. So your ESC signal wire and the gas cable from the Servonaut both go in and connect into your throttle channel on your receiver. Then the rest is pretty standard, just an on and off switch for any ESC you buy, a motor for the test out, and a 7.2 volt 2-cell LiPo, and my Hobby King transmitter. Now, like I said, this knob is going to function as my startup. So when I turn it once and quickly back again, it simulates turning a key and the truck starts. I mean, the effect of the sound starts. When I turn it the opposite direction, that's this way, I get a horn sound, and that way is start. It's pretty cool because if you hold it without returning it quickly, you get that effect of a cold start with a real truck. So you know, it just makes it seem quite realistic. And that's about it. The rest of the channel is actually free. I can use it for lighting later on my truck. So let's get this baby going so you can see how it works. Now I'll just switch on my transmitter, switch on my ESC, and this is already connected. And we're by and large ready to go. It's quite loud, so you might not hear me talking, but I think I've spoken enough. So just enjoy the demonstration. Here we go. Complete with turbocharger and air brakes effects. I think it's pretty cool. Well, that's about it for the review and guide. Like I said, it gives you some options. It's quite good, and it's for heavy trucks, construction machinery, and things of that such. Feel free to comment, subscribe to my channel, post any questions you would like to ask about, and I'll see if I can help. Have a nice day.